Alan Ritchson was nearly rejected for Reacher for a surprising reason. Many Reacher fans feel that Alan Ritchson is perfect as Jack Reacher in the hit Prime Video series, but it was a role that the actor spent a long time fighting for. In a recent conversation for the podcast Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum, Ritchson reflected on his casting as Jack Reacher. Ritchson shared how he was passed over for the role in the very beginning, as even though he's a hulking actor at 6'3", he's still not quite as tall as the novel version of the character. According to Ritchson, he then spent several months trying to convince the Reacher team that he was who they needed to cast before he officially landed the part. As fans now know, the actor was embraced in the role, making Ritchson very much an in-demand actor as a result. "I fought really hard for Reacher," Ritchson explained. "It took months and months and months to convince everybody that I was the guy. I was passed on the first time. I was passed on in the very beginning of the process, like everybody was. And I think that's because I'm 6'3" and Reacher's 6'5". I think they were trying to, everybody's trying to get a super authentic version of Reacher on screen. So there's always kind of an asterisk in my mind when it comes to this role. But I had to really fight for that, and now that we're in it, the careers exploded because of what happened when Reacher aired." Alan Ritchson was concerned fans would reject his Reacher. Ritchson clearly had a good feeling about his casting, and it turned out to be spot on, as fans and critics alike have given high praise to the actor's performance. That isn't to say he was completely confident that Reacher would be such a big success, however. Ritchson also shared how he feared that fans would reject the show. Fortunately for Ritchson, that wasn't the case, and the actor can't help but feel lucky to be in his position. "My big fear was that I would not be able to create an interesting character for the screen. That people would be bored out of their mind watching the show because this guy's not charismatic or interesting enough," he said. "But yeah, it really is a dream role. Sometimes I do sit back and think, I am so lucky that his role found me, and I get to play a role I feel like I was truly born to play." Reacher is streaming on Prime Video with the Season 2 finale set to debut on January 19, 2024. A third season is in active production, but doesn't yet have a premiere date. Source: Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum. When news broke that Alan Ritchson would play the titular role of Jack Reacher in Amazon Prime's hit series Reacher, fans of the character were both excited and intrigued. Known for his imposing size, sharp intelligence, and physical prowess, Jack Reacher, created by British author Lee Child, is a beloved literary character who has graced the pages of over 20 novels. Casting the right actor to embody such a well-known and imposing figure was a crucial decision for the show's producers. Many might think Ritchson, a towering 6'3" actor with an athletic physique, was an obvious choice for the role. However, the reality is that Ritchson was nearly rejected for a surprising reason: his physical appearance. The importance of physicality in casting Jack Reacher. Jack Reacher's physicality is one of his most defining traits in the novels. Child describes Reacher as a 6'5" former military policeman with an intimidating presence. He is a character who solves problems with both his mind and his fists, and his imposing size plays a key role in how he navigates the world. When Amazon announced they were developing a series based on the Reacher books, fans of the novels immediately fixated on who could possibly step into the shoes of a man of Reacher's stature. For years, fans had debated over previous casting decisions. In 2012 and 2016, Tom Cruise portrayed Reacher in two films, Jack Reacher and Jack Reacher: Never Go Back. While Cruise is an action star with undeniable charisma, many fans and critics felt that he was miscast in the role because of his height. At 5'7", Cruise didn't match the physicality of the Reacher described in the books, and despite his strong performance, some fans couldn't get past the size discrepancy. When Amazon set out to cast for the series, they knew they had to find someone who not only had the acting chops, but also embodied Reacher's physical characteristics. They wanted someone who was closer to Reacher's size, someone who could convincingly portray the rugged, no-nonsense character that readers had come to love. Ritchson's journey to the role. Alan Ritchson is no stranger to action roles. Over the years, he's built a reputation as a versatile actor, known for his roles in shows like Titans, where he played the superhero Hawk, and Smallville, where he portrayed Arthur Curry, aka Aquaman. With his strong physique, commanding presence, and experience in action-heavy roles, Ritchson seemed like a natural fit for Jack Reacher. However, the road to securing the role wasn't as straightforward as one might think. According to interviews with the actor, Ritchson was almost rejected for Reacher for an unexpected reason. He looked too perfect. The surprising reason for rejection, too perfect for Reacher? In an interview with Men's Health, Ritchson revealed that during the audition process, there was a concern that he might not be right for the role because of his appearance. The show's creators and producers felt that Ritchson's look was almost too polished, too clean-cut, and too perfect for a character like Reacher, who is meant to be rough around the edges. Reacher, as described in the books, is not a glamorous or polished man. He's often unkempt, wearing clothes that are ill-fitting or rumpled, and he prefers to stay off the grid. His ruggedness is part of his charm, and it helps him blend into his surroundings, despite his size. Ritchson, with his sharp jawline, chiseled features, and superhero-like physique, initially gave off an air of perfection that didn't align with the Reacher of the novels. The casting team worried that he might not be able to embody the gritty, rough-hewn nature of the character. This surprising concern almost led them to pass on Ritchson, despite his impressive audition. Overcoming the challenge, Ritchson, determined to land the role, understood the concerns, and worked to prove that he could transform into the Jack Reacher that fans would recognize. He took the feedback seriously and focused on showcasing the deeper aspects of Reacher's personality, his stoicism, his calculated mind, and his brutal efficiency. Ritchson emphasized that Reacher isn't about looking like a Hollywood action star. He's a man who operates on instinct, someone who is deeply principled but not concerned with appearances. In the end, it was Ritchson's ability to capture the essence of Reacher's internal world, his quiet intensity, his intelligence, and his sense of justice that won over the casting team. While his physicality was initially seen as a potential drawback, Ritchson's performance convinced the show's creators that he could inhabit the role in a way that went beyond surface-level traits. A triumphant performance once Ritchson was cast, the transformation began. The actor worked with the show's team to downplay his perfect appearance. His look was deliberately made more rugged, with unshaven stubble, simple clothing, and a more grounded, understated demeanor. The result was a portrayal that fans immediately embraced. When the show premiered in 2022, viewers and critics alike praised Ritchson's performance. He brought to life a version of Reacher that was both physically imposing and emotionally complex. Ritchson's Reacher was a man of few words but great depth, someone who could be both a brutal force of nature and a quiet observer of human behavior. His size and strength were evident, but so was his intelligence and moral code. For many fans, Ritchson's portrayal of Reacher was the one they had been waiting for. His ability to balance the character's physical power with his cerebral nature made him the perfect fit for the role, even if the initial concern had been his appearance. Conclusion: Alan Ritchson's journey to becoming Jack Reacher is a testament to the complexities of casting iconic characters. While his physical appearance initially seemed like a potential obstacle, Ritchson ultimately proved that he could embody the character in a way that went beyond the superficial. His performance in Reacher has cemented his place as a definitive Jack Reacher for fans of the books and newcomers to the series alike. The surprising reason for his near rejection,